Sammen Om En Jobb.
Are you hearing me? You are hearing me, yeah, I can hear myself. Thank you so much, Nick, and I just want to say thank you to Monica and then Christina who introduced me to Nick, and then I found myself here, and that's what networking is about. My name is Ndey Jobarteh. I come from the Gambia, West Africa, very small country, and I work in Sammen Om En Jobb as a project coordinator, Sammen Om En Jobb. What we do, Nick just said something in the beginning, we are here for change. And then I see also we have discussed a lot of things around digitalization, and I said, well, I'm in the right place. Because when we talk about change, it's not just one way, it's everybody, it has to be inclusive change, not just one way. And that's why for us in Sammen Om En Jobb, we believe that everybody who come into this country should have the potential to use their skills and should have those opportunities. Because that's what we believe, because we all live in this country that is another big ecosystem where different people from different countries. Today we've seen fantastic presentation of startups who are living in Norway, solving problems in Norway and outside the borders of Norway. So we said this is what we want to see in Norway. But why did we say that? Because if you look here at the latest statistics, 73,000 immigrants are in this country working in jobs that they are overqualified for. And that represents 40%, meaning 40% of immigrants are overqualified for the jobs they are doing in comparison to the overall society that is 14%. That is high, that is huge. And that we also see is costing a lot for the state. Because these are people who have skills and expertise that are sitting, cannot get a job, or they are in the wrong field. And then also we realize that this affects the individual. I am from the Gambia. Nick just talked about his experience. I have the same thing. I lived in the Gambia, and I moved from the Gambia to England. I lived in England and moved here because most people, just like with most people, because of love. Came here and then worked with the UN, came into this country. It took me 2 years to get a job. 2 years. Not even volunteer job. That was what shocked me actually, because I'm like, how can nobody just use me? I'm here, use me. I just want a job. Let me volunteer. Even volunteer job I've applied, and I said, if this was England, they will use me until I get a job. But here I couldn't even get a volunteer job. And 2 years. And even when I try to go to NAV, people, you hear a lot, because I moved from England to here, and the stories I hear about me, when I say me, an African woman, is the description that I had of an African woman. All you do is to have children, sit on social, take lots of benefits, and don't want to work. Even if you get a job, you go late. And I said, what does that describe me? Are they talking about me? And that affected me, because I never had to defend my identity. I never had to defend who I am. I never had to defend my race. And that's what I found myself in that situation. So that's why the importance of what we do. And what are the challenges we see that most immigrants face? Challenges of network. And today we had Nick talking about networking. It's fantastic. Just today, I think I connected with 3 people already. That's what networking is about. And most of us immigrants don't have that, because when we move into this country, we lack the network. And when you even go to different institutions, they kept on telling you that, yeah, build network, have network, but how? How do I have a network in a society that is so close? In a society that nobody talks to you? Because I lived in England. I moved from one apartment to the other. The neighbor will knock the door and say, hi, I saw you just moved here. Do you want to have a coffee? I saw you are my next neighbor. It doesn't happen here. Now, how do you do that? We saw that as a huge challenge for a lot of immigrants. And me, who come from Africa, I'm used to connecting with everybody, talking to even the man on the street. And all those things are being taken away. We also saw the issues of language. You move to this country, Norway, there's a Norwegian language you have to speak. That is a fact. And I kept on asking myself, when I hear people talking about Africans not wanting to learn language, cannot learn the language, I ask myself the question. That was the question I always ask, and I continue to ask it. Africans are among the most skilled in language. What happened when we moved here? Why are we struggling with the language? What is going on? In Gambia is a tourist country. When you go there, there's a town called Bakau. If you happen to visit Gambia, visit that town. There are people speaking Swedish and Norwegian. They've never stepped their foot in this country. So I kept on asking myself, and when I also see people talking about Africans or immigrants are isolated, they don't want to mingle with people, I ask myself, when I say these people always laugh, and I said Africans are the most social human beings I know. Why are they in Norway isolated? So these are some of these challenges we see, and at the same time, we tell people they should learn the language. Yes, you learn the language, but who are you going to speak with the language? It's a challenge. You go and learn the language also, it's so basic, because when you are highly qualified, highly educated, you need a language higher than what is being taught. Are we working on that? We saw that was also a big challenge. Then we also understanding the job market. It's so difficult to understand the Norwegian job market. I've worked all my life in England. I've worked in the UN systems, sent to Ghana, worked there, come back, but I still couldn't understand the job market. Even simple interview. I remember when I was searching for job, 2 good years. I searched for job, and I kept saying, but why are they not taking me? But some of these jobs are just working in the shop. What is the problem? And then my Norwegian friends were saying, how do you talk to these people when you go to the interview? And I started explaining, said, but you don't do that. You are in a job interview. You take over the whole interview process. How can they employ you? So I realized that I need to adjust that. So we see some of these cultural differences that in some countries you have to sell yourself, you have to sew up. Here it has to be a little bit down. These are some of these challenges also we saw. And then we said, okay, what's the solution? What do we do about it? That's when we developed, and I'm happy here in this room with tech, we said we are going to develop a digital platform, because there are 2 things we realized that are the solutions, is a digital platform and a mentor. We developed a digital platform because we believe that the whole job search process is a full-time job, and when you are in this job, you are so frustrated, you are depressed. What is causing it? Is because there is no structure in the process. There is no structure, there is no plan, and that affects a lot of people lacking motivation, being depressed. So we build it and structure it in a way that from month 1, because people are matched for 6 months, from month 1 to month 6 is structured from planning to bringing out your competency, because we also see that a lot of people, for example, you are a lawyer, you come to Norway, you want to work as a lawyer, it's almost impossible. But then being a lawyer, there are other fields you can, so you will have to sit down with your mentor to break it down and expand those fields so that you can be able to job, or maybe get a job even as a compliance, that's still within the legal field. Then we also say that what are people lacking? Networking. We structure the program where you have a networking, because we've matched over 500 people already. So that's a huge network. We have over 200 mentors in the platform as well. So they can network and share experiences in the SIO. We call it SIO community. And then we have courses as well. You will see some of the, just so quickly, because of time, we have all these modules, because every Wednesday we have a workshop, because we felt that some of the workshops have to be tailored towards the high qualified people, because these are experts. So you cannot give them the same thing you are giving to somebody who have not been to school or somebody who have no qualification. So we tailor-made these courses and have 224 modules up there. Then we put it in the platform. Even if you cannot attend the workshops, these are online in our platform that you can use. You create a username, you use it and help yourself with that. Then also you have other, I've talked about the network and the courses. Every Wednesday, because we have our main office is in Oslo, and the reason why we developed the digital platform is that we have 5 people working for this organization. And as I am talking today, we have matched 500 people. So you can imagine the amount of work, and that's why the platform was very important for us. And then we have an office in Stavanger. Oslo is the main office. We have projects all over, but we matched the whole, because after the COVID, that's when we went into digital mentoring. Because we never thought we could mentor people, do this matching and mentoring digitally, but COVID taught us a new lesson and a new opportunity as well, despite its negative impact. Then these workshops are every other Monday, every other Wednesday. We have it in our office in Centralen. We are Centralen. Every other is online. So we build it like that so that people can have. We usually have 15 to 80, actually online to 80 participants attending. These are people who are highly qualified, because anybody coming to our program, you should have minimum of a bachelor's. And these are these people who are in this country struggling to get a job. And then we invite companies, because we believe that companies invite them to hold some of these workshops to help us just bridge the gap and do the work as well. So, and then the networking I've talked about, personal feedback, these are all in the program. Just because of time, I'm just going in. Now, the second aspect of our program is the mentor. This is what everybody looks forward to in our program. In fact, I would just say most people who come to our program, is this what we look at? Because we realize that what can we do apart from the platform and the tools and the resources we have provided for these mentees. Now, what do we do? A mentor. A mentor, not just somebody mentoring you that I should go to the shop. When you're going to the shop, they tell you how to go to the shop, they tell you how to go look for visa. No. A mentor in the same field. If you are a lawyer, we get a mentor who is a lawyer. If you are an engineer, we get an engineer. If you're an IT, we get somebody in IT, because we've seen the results of that. Because it's like you have the same language. And we have seen it has also reduced the number of forestation, depression, all these things, because that person sit down with somebody in the same level. At the same level, because you are an IT expert. And then the mentors also see that it's not scary to employ immigrants, because you sit down with your colleagues, because they are not just mentees or somebody you're going to hold the hands on, but this is somebody you share the same expertise. And as last year, we've matched 148 matches, and then this has changed now, it's 500 matches already, and we do that. Then you also have our results. Since that last year, our results, 38% got jobs, relevant jobs, during the program. 50% also got jobs after the program, because the program is 6 months. After they finished, 1 month, 2, 3, they also get jobs. 67% of the people attending our program said the program really helped them to get a job. And then you have the 55%. So these are some of the results that we have. But then we realized that if 55% get the job, what does the rest happen? Because the rest doesn't get it. How do we work around that? We started partnering. Some of these are our donors, but some of these companies, we started partnering with companies, because we said, if we want to open doors, we have to partner with companies so that they can be mentors in our program. And if they are mentors in our program, then they will understand the problems. Because a lot of companies pay a lot of money in diversity and inclusion, lots of workshops, lots of conferences, but we still are in the same situation we are. I am even surprised at the number of applicants that come into our program. I've never seen that amount since I started working in Sammen Om En Jobb, like today. So the problem is even huge. So we get them to match. Then now we are seeing companies are now even assessing their HR systems, looking at what the process look like. I remember a mentor I matched, the mentee accountant, very highly qualified, lots of experience, and the mentor also worked in a very known company as a manager. I met him, he called me after the match and he said, but what is this thing? And I said, what? He said, how come this person doesn't get a job? I don't understand. And I said, but that is the normal thing here for immigrants. He said, no, but I need this person in my team. this person is more qualified than all the people I have in my team. He literally took this guy to the HR because this mentee told him that I've applied for a job in your company many times, I never got it. He took this guy to the HR and said, can you look at the process? Why did this person didn't get a job? Look at it. And there were no reason. The person doesn't fit. That's what they thought. But the person ended up getting job. So we realized that we have to change that code. We have to break the code. We have to make the employers open up. Companies have to open up. I don't know how many of you have read Manpower's report a couple of weeks ago about Norwegian employers are struggling to get talents, to recruit talents. And I'm like, yeah, we are here. So basically, that's what we do. And I hope some of you people will join us as well. And we would like to be engaging throughout. Thank you so much.